going on, guys? We are back for another NBA Flunkies podcast. You guys cannot see me because my beautiful face is not on the screen. I am off screen today. I figured I would give more of a spotlight to the guys we got here in the room/studio. But nonetheless, the show goes on. It is really so good to be with you guys for week 4 of our NBA Flunkies League and also another week of our NBA Flunkies podcast. We got some familiar faces today. We got in the studio, we got Keshawn Simpson. You just changed your name. You mind telling the audience what your new name is?
So originally we was known as the Wounded Warrior Project. We are known as the Brandywine Hospital Morgue.
Well, right, the Brandywine Hospital Morgue. It's the reason why it's in the name.
Yeah, man.
But now we got another guest, a regular. Actually, he's back here with us today. We got Jake Rouse of Grown Hugs and Larceny. Man, what's going on? Welcome back.
Yeah, man, it's been a few weeks, but back in studio, Salty Splatoon,
Yeah.
Studios.
Tongue twister.
Yeah,
Something like that.
good to be back. Talk
Yeah.
to Flunkies.
Good to see you, man. And in our virtual world, we got the champ. We got Aaron Morris here of the Big Bird Ballers, bro. What's going on?
Just chilling, man. You know how it is.
Yeah, I sure do know how it is. It's January and it's cold. And lastly, we got Sterling McKee here of the She Fanatics, man. What's going on, my brother?
You know, we just trying to stave off this mini pack that Church's Chicken is trying to put on me. But we about to come out and win this. So, just chilling, man.
Sterling, when we gonna get you on camera, man?
Yeah, bro, you been hiding from the world. Something like how Drake was doing with his son.
Yeah.
Listen, trying to hide the world from me.
Nah,
Respect.
I guess, man. One day, maybe one day, you'll show your face. But nonetheless, it's always good to have you here with us, whether you're physically visible or virtually visible, or we just see your picture or whatnot. It is, nonetheless, really, really good to be talking with you guys for another week. For our NBA Flunkies family, man, just like, subscribe if you love what we do. Share with friends, family, mentors, mentees, your pets, everybody, man. We really want to get this thing started and, to make it, as big as we possibly can. And so, if you love the stuff that we do, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and come join us, as our Flunky family as we kind of take you on this fantasy/NBA journey. And with that being said, guys, we're going to get started. To say the least, this has been a relatively eventful week in the NBA world.
Relatively?
It's been
very
intense.
I mean,
Very.
I would say it's been very, very eventful. I would say,
Shambles.
to say the least, man. I mean, we've seen a whole lot of stuff happening throughout this week. Let's talk about the big thing, man. The elephant in the room. James Harden was successfully, and dare I say, finally traded to the Brooklyn Nets. That behemoth trade was huge. I mean, so many moving pieces, so many moving draft picks and players. I mean, it was very interesting to see.
And it happened so quick, too.
Very
So
much.
fast.
Very
So
much.
fast. I mean, you all remember when James Harden had said his comments, that had to have been at least on a Tuesday or Wednesday evening.
Stating that
It was the night before you
Yes.
made the press game
Yeah.
post-game conference.
stating that the Houston Rockets roster that was assembled was not good enough to get it done.
Next morning, rumors were everywhere.
Yep. We saw comments from John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins in their post-game interviews. John Wall was upset that Harden basically was giving up after 9 games, and Boogie basically said, I don't care. We're here. I'm mainly here for John Wall and the chance to play with him and, really just figure out what we're going to do out here. And, yeah.
Yeah. So how did you guys feel about the trade? Like, what do you guys think about it, Aaron and Sterling?
Honestly, I feel like in hindsight, Houston lost this deal.
Wow. Wow. You said Houston lost this deal
I think Houston lost this deal
I can agree to that.
with the
because
myriad of players
I'm
and
thinking
picks.
about it like this, bro. Like, yeah, you get expiring contract with Victor Oladipo. He does have a very lengthy injury history. I think they were supposed to try their best to get Karis LeVert. You know, I think
Well,
if you were going to trade Jace Harden, you trade for Karis LeVert.
so you felt as
Like,
though that they should have kept him.
Yeah, because they got
Yeah.
him, right? Originally, didn't the Rockets get LeVert?
No,
no,
they got Oladipo.
they had to add the Pacers to make it a 14 deal.
Yeah,
So where did LeVert go originally?
he.
Because it wasn't originally Indiana, right?
I think it was.
Yeah, I think that
Because
was
they
the original destination. I think that's why they added the Pacers.
wait. But that doesn't make sense though, because I think in that trade they said the Rockets were sending Karis LeVert to Indiana.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I was.
I think it was originally a 3-team deal between them, the Cavs, and Houston.
Well,
And then the
they
Pacers
added
got
they
thrown into
added
the mix.
the fourth team in order to get
Yeah, to complete the
everything
deal.
going. Personally, to me, I gotta agree with Sterling. I think that the Rockets lost this deal as well. There's a lot of things that go into trading a guy like James Harden, who A, makes that much money, and B, who is an MVP caliber player. And I like the addition of Oladipo. He's a nice star. However, when I look at the drop off of players that I also got, looking at Dante Exum and Rodions Caruth, I was like, I think that's a little light. You got a decent amount of picks out of that for the future. I believe, personally, the true winners of this trade to me is the Indiana Pacers. Surprisingly, I understand the Nets got Harden, which is great. You got Kyrie, Harden, and KD, and that's a big three who we technically haven't seen of a caliber of that scoring prowess. So this year, I believe, is championship or bust for them.
Who did the Pacers lose in the deal?
Victor Oladipo, that was it.
Yeah, Oladipo. That was
it.
absolutely it.
But
And
they got
replaced him with Karis LeVert.
Yeah,
So a
that's-
younger, and
yeah.
I would say at his age, a better version of Oladipo at that point in time. Personally, to me, seeing LeVert playing alongside with Malcolm Brogdon, DeMontis Sabonis, and Miles Turner right now, that team looks like it's set up to be good for future generations. And it still looks like, regardless of losing Oladipo, they're still going to make the playoffs. And I think that's the thing I love about this trade for Indiana.
Oh yeah, they're solid. And like you said, you replace them with a younger, healthier
Yeah.
LeVert. Yeah, they come away with the win for me.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like my thing is Houston didn't try to get one of those wing players from Indiana. They didn't try to get a Jeremy Grant, a Jeremy Lamb, a TJ Warren, not even Dougie McDermott. Like, they didn't try. Like,
So, Aaron, let me ask you this. Do you think if Dinwiddie was healthy, that Dinwiddie would have been in this package compared to LeVert, or do you think LeVert would have still been the guy to get it done for this trade to go through?
I think LeVert was always going to be the odd man out in Brooklyn. I think that was kind of evident from the jump, just the way like everybody was talking about it. And so I feel like LeVert was going to end up moving somewhere before the season was over. And when I look at the trade, I feel like everybody came away happy. Houston got off of James Harden. James Harden didn't want to be there. You
got
can't have
Oladipo.
somebody playing on your team that doesn't want to be there. Like that's not going to work well just for like the team overall and stuff. I know they didn't get back like a huge haul or whatever, like we saw with like AD and other players, but it's just like when everyone knows that the guy doesn't want to be there, it's hard to make that trade work. And so I feel like they did the best they could. They like 8 picks out of it. So I mean, they're set up pretty solidly for the future. They can make something shake in the future or whatever. And I mean, the Rockets are still in like playoff contention in the West or whatever. So I mean, they did the best they could, and it's better than having Harden out there, moping around scoring 12 points a game. So
Are they in the playoffs? Are they in playoff contention?
Who?
Who?
The Rockets?
The Rockets? Oh yeah.
I
Oh
think so.
yeah.
So here's
Oh, yeah.
here's my only downside when I look at the Rockets and what they got back from this trade. Oladipo is fine. I like to start there. But once again, when I look at Karooks and I look at Dante Exum, Aaron brought up the Anthony Davis trade that went down between New Orleans and between the Lakers. New Orleans ended up receiving Brandon Ingram, All-Star, Lonzo Ball, and Josh Hart, along with I think a couple picks, if I'm
I
correct.
think it was like 4 first-round picks or something like that.
There's
Something
a
ridiculous.
difference. There's a distinct difference between Rodion's Karooks and Lonzo Ball, and a distinct difference between Josh Hart and Dante Exum when you look at the quality of players that were traded. I'll be honest. No offense to Dante Exum, I haven't heard of that dude since NBA 2K15.
Yeah, since
he
got
was in the
drafted,
storyline.
right?
Aside
That's a
from that,
fact.
Dante Exum has been a ghost in the league.
Sure.
Keyshawn, though, what package is available for James Harden though?
That's
You know,
true. And
like,
that
You can only sell to who's offering you something, you know?
Much like our fantasy league, it's like
Yeah.
you can say somebody is on the block and able to be traded, but when it comes down to it, if no one is offering something or offering anything, you're gonna take the best trade offer that's on the board. Unless you just want to be like, whatever, I'll just keep the person, of which
is
in real
option.
life that wouldn't have worked out. I mean, we already saw that it was causing chemistry issues, and it probably would have been a more confrontational thing, especially with John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins on the team, that probably could have turned physical if it really wanted to. So to me, that was the best move, was just to get James Harden out of there. Now, my opinion is, I think the Nets won the trade. Yes, you give up a lot, but what you get in return, in my opinion, is too great. And I think the Nets are gonna have. It's gonna be interesting seeing how their season continues to unfold, because I think what is gonna happen is you'll have KD, Kyrie, and Harden starting, obviously in the first quarter. Then as Kyrie and KD start to, go towards the, go sit on the bench for some time, you can still have James Harden running in that second lineup, much like how how the Warriors had Klay Thompson running with that second unit in Golden State in, those 2017 through 2019 years. So and also James Harden is just so much more durable than a Kyrie, and who knows what'll happen with KD. Obviously with that Achilles injury, of which he looks 100% healthy for the most part, in my opinion. But you have another reliable scorer on the team where you really don't have to, like, in my opinion, the Nets is the one team that you will never have to worry about, oh, we got to score.
They didn't have to worry about that before the Harden trade, though.
I agree. But now I think it takes it to that next level.
That what we got to beat LeBron level.
I mean,
But
that's
I
all-
think
You
the
have no
problem-
choice.
But the Nets are going to face their problems in the playoffs when the game slows down and they're not getting out and they're not doing this and the third, man. Because, like, really, when it comes down to it, they're going to deal with guys like Joel Embiid, Bam Adebayo, Giannis Antetokounmpo. They get to the NBA Finals, they're going to deal with AD, Marcus Gasol, Trez. I think they even might try to go ahead and get Hassan Whiteside to the Lakers. But I'm just like, so who's going to guard them?
The
Jeff
question is
Kevin
what?
Durant? Like, who's guarding them, bro?
Oh,
DeAndre.
KD.
Apparently, DeAndre Jordan.
Well, yeah, that's who they're putting their faith in. So the one thing I do want to mention about the Nets,
Man,
so obviously,
charge to the game, bro.
I've heard Max Kellerman say this. This is one of the truest facts. When we look at the league, most of the time, the team that gets the best player ends up being the winner of the trade. That's kind of how it looks to everybody, because it's like, oh my God, this name went to this team. Yes, seeing James Harden come from the Houston Rockets and knowing that this dude's averaged over 30 points per game over the last 3 seasons, to join up with KD and Kyrie, 2 prolific scorers who average 25 plus points per game over the last few years, it's a big time thing. My thing when it comes to the Nets, and I'm looking, more further to the future. You gave up everything for this guy, And let's be honest, Harden is how old? 31, going on 32.
Something like that.
KD is gonna be 33 this year, and Kyrie, I'm not completely sure how old he is.
High 20s.
High 20s.
High 20s.
So these dudes are, they're entering their 30s. Your window to win and, get some championships under your belt is now. If you don't beat the Lakers this year, we got an issue.
Well, you don't make it. In my opinion, you don't make a trade like this if the idea wasn't to win now.
Yeah, and
that's the big thing. It's like because that's how risky of a trade it is. And then, but you also got to look at the prospect of what is the likelihood in say now. I think Kyrie and KD signed 4-year contracts.
Nope.
Yeah, they did.
Right?
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, they're under 4-year deals, bro. They're under 4-year deals.
I thought they had a player after the second, after
like Kyrie's 4 years, 141 million. I think KD's got the same deal, but
I think they got
do have
options
player options
somewhere.
after that third year, though.
So they got options. Okay. So let's assume that this thing really fails, not only this season but next season.
False.
Okay. Well,
I can't even imagine that. They've got 3 of the best players in the league on the offensive side of the ball.
Let's assume though. Let's assume it does.
How?
For some, well, first off, it's a personality. In my opinion, there's got to be some sort of personality issue.
There's
going
games.
Look,
unless
if James
2
Harden,
of those guys get serious injuries, and I don't wish that on anyone, they will be fine.
If
They will be
James
serious
Harden
contenders.
had problems with Chris Paul, who is to say that you won't have problems with a Kyrie or KD?
Especially someone who loved to have the ball in their hands as much as you.
Listen, man, my thing is you have to get Kyrie to show up to play.
Listen, I say
Kyrie isn't interested in playing the game of basketball right now. He's not interested.
We'll see when he comes back, right?
If anyone listened to
He's out tonight for personal reasons.
Yeah, he is.
Well, he's been out for personal reasons.
If anyone listened to Undisputed and heard Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless talking about this whole Harden and Kyrie situation, Shannon Sharp stated this. Kyrie didn't want to be Robin to Batman and LeBron. Now you teamed up with KD, and now you got James Harden. You not even Robin now. You Alfred the Butler. And
I do have a question. Like, can the 3 of them actually play together, right? Because we see these issues with when these trios, like LeBron and D Wade and Bosh, yes, they were the most talented, but they have to change their game, right? When KD and Steph and Clay all work together, their games fit well, right?
Yeah.
But just do KD, Kyrie, and Harden's game actually fit well together? They're obviously the most talented team offensively, at least. But yeah,
I don't think this team overall, as those 3 guys fit together. The only person right now to me who doesn't give a damn how the game is played is Kevin Durant, because Kevin Durant is a threat with the ball and without the ball. And my issue is James Harden needs the ball in order to be a threat. Harden doesn't spend his time moving around like a Klay Thompson or a Bradley Beal, a Devin Booker, or a Steph Curry. He doesn't play off the ball. He is on the ball. Kyrie Irving is a very on-the-ball player. So these 2 dudes have to learn how to share the ball with each other. And who's quote-unquote, say KD's covered. Last shot. Who's getting this last shot between these 2?
The man with 2 Finals MVPs.
Whoever has the ball,
whoever has the ball.
Yeah, they're so talented. It shouldn't matter. And
these are
these are
3 of the some of the best ISO players, in my opinion, that we've seen on one team in probably the last. They could be all top 10, top 15 in the last 20 years. Easily,
Correct.
In my opinion. So to me,
they're also the 3 most temperamental players that we have in the league right now.
And that is 100% true. That's what I'm more concerned about is, okay, what's the personality going to be like? Because none of them, in my opinion, maybe James Harden. One of them is going to have an alpha male attitude. I don't know who it's gonna be. I have no idea. And when I mean
I'm
alpha,
not worried about these guys that much. Like they'll be fine. Like
that's what we think. Who's playing? Okay, well let me ask you this, since you're so confident. Who do you think is going? Who do you think is gonna have to be okay with playing off ball? Or matter of fact, let me ask it better like this: who should have the ball in their hand most of the time?
Who should?
Who should?
Harden. Or well, are you talking bringing the ball up? Like what do?
Like setting up the offense.
I'm talking about going to get a basket.
Going to get a basket.
Durant.
Kevin Durant, easy.
Because obviously Kyrie is bringing the ball up.
I think Harden will bring.
But
the ball up.
Harden can bring the ball up.
I think Harden will bring the ball up.
I was saying, is Kyrie bringing the ball up?
But we're talking about just getting a basket.
Just getting a basket.
Getting
KD.
a bucket.
KD. He's 7 feet. You got to.
I don't know.
I mean, that's your opinion.
Because high key, Kevin Durant is the best player at getting to his spots on the court, of which that you can make that argument. Kyrie is the best at dribbling his way into any point on the court, but James Harden might be the best of all three.
As far as going to get a bucket,
going to get anywhere. Because you got to think as well, James Harden has a
when it
quick
counts.
first step. He's left-handed, has a killer jump shot, will dribble your face off if you allow him to, and has a crazy step back.
He doesn't have a mid-range game, and he is very good at getting to the foul line. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he probably did.
So
if he had a mid-range
I mean, he's
game,
never really
Lord.
had to use the mid range though.
Exactly,
If
he
you can get
doesn't
to the
really
foul line,
have
that
to.
will.
Yeah,
Like,
you know.
Honestly, I feel like this could happen where it's like Kyrie, Harden, and KD could talk and be like, all right, look, first play of the game, we're going to try and get a bucket in mid-range. Second basket, we're going to try and get at the layup. Next one, we're going to get at the 3-ball. Next one, we're going to get at the 3-ball, and then go back and forth like that. And then literally, okay, then you just, at that point, you play with what the defense gives you. Because honestly, and I want to mention this as well, because I don't think we've seen this since Golden State, where it's going to be darn near impossible for you to double team this entire team. There's no way you're going to be able to. We saw what happened when Clay, Steph, and KD were on the team. There's no way you're double teaming any of them. It's to your detriment. And they can all.
I'm leaving DeAndre Jordan open.
Yeah.
he gonna have 35,000 points.
That's
trying
fine. If DeAndre Jordan beats me off that team, then I live with that.
That's gonna be a lot of dunks on your head.
That could be a lot of dunks. Well, and let me ask you guys this: who do you think fantasy point wise benefits the most from this, and who do you think will be affected the most as well?
Kyrie's going down the toilet, in my opinion.
Wow. Okay.
Listen, if I know one thing, James Harden's, I don't like his play style at all. I think it's way too ball dominant, but I think it's subject to change just due to the players that he's got around him. I believe Harden is still going to find his way to the free throw line. He's still going to find his way to the basket. I think Kyrie is going to have to learn how to move off the ball. I think Kyrie will have more assists, but personally, I think Harden will retain, Kyrie will drop, and KD is just going to do what he wants because he's Kevin Durant. End of discussion with that one.
I agree. I think Kyrie would go down. Harden would probably have a little increase, maybe, playing with 2 stars. And then I think KD's on the uptick.
I think
to me, it's going to be KD that benefits. No, I'm sorry, James Harden that benefits the most.
And KD suffers the most?
No, Kyrie suffers the most.
Okay.
And then KD is just going to be KD. Because KD is going to have the opportunity to grab more rebounds, in my opinion. And that's going to be his saving grace, other than getting his, 20, 22, 25 points a game.
So, funny enough, I think KD will actually see an increase in his assist numbers compared.
I don't see that.
I just think that
I
because
don't see
of the
that
fact,
at all.
if you can get Kyrie to knock down some shots just off a pass, I mean, it's whatever. I'm not trusting James Harden to give me assists because he needs the ball in his hands so much.
See, there's a stigma with that. Harden's actually really good at spreading the ball out without forcing anything.
Yeah.
Like,
He's a great passer.
yeah, and you don't even notice it. Like, he'll, out of nowhere, 10, 11 assists, and all you see is jump shot. But
Yeah.
he's good at it. So
Yeah, he does a lot
I
of
feel
things
like-
well.
I don't feel like it's that okay. When you're James Harden, if your usage rate's in the 30%, you have to be getting 11 assists, or else the team's gonna lose. So like, I don't see that happening now in Brooklyn, but I do think his numbers will go up from what they have been, just because he has been trying the last 5 games. So I mean, they have to go up.
Right.
I mean, they'll be better than 18 and 6 that he was putting up when he wasn't trying with Don Wall and Boogie and stuff. But I think the person that probably benefits the most actually DeAndre Jordan, because they got rid of Jared Allen. He'll get to play. He's their only big man now, so he'll be feast or famine. Either he's gonna foul out or he'll play the whole game and get whatever he gets. So yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Sterling?
Man. Yeah, I think I kind of have to agree with Aaron. DeAndre Jordan is really going to be a beneficiary of all that. Well, simple as that.
you're still gonna see him in the Eastern Conference Finals. So
You got them in the ECF. Who
yeah.
do you think they're going to play?
I would like to see them play the Sixers.
Yeah, I love that.
You know, but that's
Who
a tough call right now.
Who do you think has the best chance as a team right now in a 7-game series of beating the Brooklyn Nets?
The
Best-
Sixers.
Yeah, Sixers got the best chance.
Yeah. They just got to get there. That's the thing. And personally, to me, one of the biggest obstacles that'll be in the Sixers' way of getting to that spot to play the Nets is the Boston Celtics.
I got 2 teams. I'm sorry, I got 3 teams. The Sixers and the Celtics. I think those 2 at first have the best chances. The third one is my dark horse, right, at the moment.
Chicago.
No. Oh God, no.
Oh,
no,
Jake,
God,
you
no.
killed me
No,
with
no,
your
no, no, no,
with
no.
your with your
Yes,
No,
subtle-
no, Sterling. No. Sorry to get your hopes up.
Zach LaVine's getting
it's-
traded, and we
it's-
all know it.
Actually, my dark horse team is actually the Indiana Pacers.
I agree.
Boy, do they have a versatile bunch. In my opinion, just in terms of they have a lot of length in terms of guarding and defending the perimeter. They have a
They trick
stud
y'all.
for a big man.
They trick y'all.
Look. I'm big on them because Karis LeVert is a monster. He is
These
just an
Pacers,
absolute.
they trick everyone every year.
Look, man. I think this year is it. If Malcolm Brogdon can stay healthy, and then whatever you get from Jeremy Lamb when he comes back, which will be the added bonus. Look, man. Karis LeVert, Sabonis, Miles Turner knocking down threes. I saw that last
Turner
week when
has
he
been
played
phenomenal.
when he played the Warriors. He was
Look.
knocking down threes. I'm like, what is going on here?
He's been like
It's
that.
like,
Yeah,
we
he's
just
just
get
had
out
a
of the
jump
first
shot.
round,
Yeah.
then we can reassess and discuss this.
You
But
said they
until
got to get
then,
out the first round.
yeah.
Listen, so let's talk about some teams that none of us mentioned. And it hurts my heart to say it, but I did not pick Milwaukee to move to the Eastern Conference Finals. And granted, everybody knows I'm a big-time Giannis fan.
Neither do I.
Giannis is not going to get there because of the fact that I don't think that
Added Drew Holiday.
Yeah, Holiday was a great addition, but I feel you didn't add enough to get
Oh
where
yeah.
you needed to go.
You did not add. You didn't. They didn't add anything as far as
I know,
I'm concerned.
I know. I'm trying to think of like who else they add or like who else is playing
Let's
better.
talk about a team.
Bobby Portis, DJ Augustine.
Let's talk about a team we definitely
Uh,
didn't have them in the finals last year, and look where they ended up. The Miami Heat we didn't put going
Yeah.
to the Eastern Conference Final.
sure.
Huh?
No one could
Is-
have expected them to do what they were going to do. But go ahead, Aaron.
If Miami gets a chance to play Brooklyn, which I don't know if they will, but if they do, they match up very well, I think.
I agree.
Yeah, in terms of putting that ball in the basket, heck yeah.
I think defensively is where Miami.
And defensively, they're
they're the
better.
trump card.
Are they much better?
I think they're the trump card
Yes.
for Brooklyn.
Is Goran going to have to stay healthy for that kind of matchup to happen?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So like,
Okay.
there's a bunch of caveats to that. But if they get the chance to play Brooklyn, then I think they have a chance to beat Brooklyn.
That's a
But
7 series.
Hot
there's some
take.
caveats there.
That's a hot take.
I'm excited for James Harden, and this is why. This might be the first James Harden, superstar James Harden, not sixth man of the year James Harden, not Houston Rockets James Harden. This is the first James Harden that he'll have absolutely no excuse. He should have no excuse about being burnt out by the time the playoffs come around. Now, if he underperforms in this playoffs, bro, I don't want to hear anything about James Harden in any conversation. Still a great player, but the team that you just got traded for, that you crybabied out all day and night, missing training camp, not having a great relationship, and forcing your way out of that Houston Rockets team that looks very formidable right now, in my opinion. You have no excuse. You have nothing to fall back on. You're playing with two dynamic superstars. There's no excuse for you now. So he's got to come with it, but I'm excited for it nonetheless, and I think he will, and I think he's going to come into the playoffs, especially with this shortened season, refreshed, renewed, and hopefully ready to get on that title run, that title chase. That's the important thing. And as far as I'm concerned, all things flow through the Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron James right now.
Yeah, I still don't count the Lakers out. I still got them as the title favorites. The way they've been playing, they're still the best in the NBA right now. I think at 11-3. So I ain't counting them out until it looks like I won't count them out until they eliminated in the playoffs. That's when I'll count them out.
So my question is, my fault.
Oh no, go ahead.
So my question is this: say the Brooklyn Nets win the NBA championship. Say they win the whole thing. Who gets Finals MVP?
Kevin Durant.
Thank you.
Kevin Durant.
Three-time
NBA Finals
that
MVP.
That is the end of that discussion.
End of that discussion.
What?
Damn, we only give James Harden the look, bro.
No.
That's tough, bro.
James Harden will be second, though.
Yeah, Kyrie is an afterthought in this case.
No, and honestly, I really don't want to downplay Kyrie because I love Kyrie Irving. He's just weird. he's just weird off the court, but a dynamic player off the court. It's hard for me to say that Kyrie Irving would be up there. So I think it's KD, and then it's Harden, and then it's Kyrie.
Joe Harris heard you.
Hey, look, man, the
Not
sharpshooter,
Joe Green.
the marksman, bruh.
Look,
They got them. Look. The Nets is gonna be something interesting to watch, but nonetheless, we're gonna move on.
Real quick,
Yeah,
how much you think Harden paid Landry Shamet to get 13?
I'm gonna go
Nothing.
$1 million.
Landry Shamet. Look, Harden stuck his hand out and was like, "Give me that."
So
Bro, he actually paid him,
Harden's
bro.
getting his number, but LaMelo Ball can't. And y'all,
Did you just
tough.
say
Bigger
LaMelo
dudes.
Ball?
yeah, LaMelo Ball can't.
Rookie LaMelo Ball?
He can't get the number
Rookie
one off.
LaMelo Ball who ain't paid no dues. Heard you.
Rookie LaMelo
Not-
Ball
not an
can't get
MVP.
number one, bruh.
Not an All-Star.
You
not
tell
a six
bruh,
man of the
Malik
year.
Monk don't even play. That jersey sitting collecting dust. The number one is sitting there.
You about to get all the smoke and take so many punches.
Listen, Malik
The
Monk, I'm
fans
just
yelling,
saying, bruh,
get
you
off
might as
the
well
road.
cough it up, bruh.
Did you just say LaMelo Ball?
Yeah.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on,
They're
man.
not comparable. They're not comparable. I love
Bro, ain't even
LaMelo
been a
Ball.
month
He's on
yet.
my fantasy team. But come on, man.
Hey, listen,
on.
man. I'm just saying the
Come
jersey scenario,
on, bruh. Come on, man. Look, we're gonna move on, man. This is a topic that I thought about last night, and I felt like it would be amazing to do. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a draft recap, another draft recap. We're 4 weeks in, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick one team that we've already agreed on, and we're just gonna go through that entire draft from 1 to 14 and look at the players that were selected in what particular rounds in context of this one particular team, as well as the teams of the people I have on the podcast right now, and look at who got picked early in people's opinions and who got picked at like the right time, and maybe who you wish you could have got in some of those rounds. So I'm gonna load that up really quick. We're gonna start with the first two rounds.
C's way. I still want Brandon Ingram. I'll talk Anthony Davis. Come holla at your boy.
You said who?
Brandon Ingram.
Oh, you know what? He was talking. He was calling. He was saying something about that.
He's been
last
throwing
night.
his name out here and there. So
Yeah.
you
You gonna give up old man for it?
I just
Lord,
gotta
Jake, you just gonna
reiterate,
break my heart like
if
that,
you
bro?
give up Brandon Ingram,
You gonna give up the old man like that, bro?
Damn.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know who you gonna have to give up, bruh.
I don't know what you're talking about.
This is gonna go over you guys' faces, so we're gonna hear your voices and whatnot. But
All right, so what team we doing?
The accident waiting to happen.
so I think yeah, we're gonna do Tim Halliger's team, aka the spicy emoji plus the ice emoji, Trey times 2 cool crew. So we're gonna be focusing on his squad, and
I want a percent
Or-
for that, coming up with that Spice and Ice nickname.
yeah, that's a spice and ice. You know, it should be like
You said Spicy P to Atlanta.
it should be O plus
That's
3.
tough.
That's what it should be.
Listen, he about to be 0-4. Like,
Thank you.
It should be an O plus 4 on there.
Hey, man.
We're gonna pick the team that did like the most trades, huh?
that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't even.
I mean, look,
Hey,
man.
I think it's one of the best rosters to look at right now.
It is the best
considering
rosters.
the fact that for over the past years, for people who don't know, Tim has normally ended up with what we would call a super team. I mean, last year he was holding on to Zach Levine and Donovan Mitchell, and I forget who else he had. Joel Embiid and LaMarcus
Yeah,
Aldridge.
LaMarcus Aldridge.
I'm just sitting here. I'm like, yo, he is hoarding him some names. And just now, he's got. Well, we'll recap it right now as things get pulled up. But
He's got a great team. Yeah,
he's
look,
got- yo,
he drafted,
name-wise,
in my
these
opinion.
dudes are and just to not win.
So we're gonna look at his original draft.
We're gonna
picks.
look at his original draft, and I'm telling you, first of all, I already know one of the names on there. The fact that this man traded him, please.
Yeah,
Roddy?
I just sent
Huh?
it
Was
to
it
you
Roddy?
guys.
Oh no.
So,
Actually, no. Tim,
I just sent you the 7 images of
I think Tim drafted this dude.
it has 2 rounds each, just like they're seeing it here live with us. And so you guys should have that in the next couple seconds, and then we're gonna move forward with
I'm
that.
actually gonna jot down every single player so that way I can. give a
Good
full-
good luck
yeah.
with that. That's
no,
why
no,
that's why I
just-
sent the images, because I'm like, oh, good
just
luck
of
with
Tim's
that.
team specifically to see what the roster would look like completely at the end. What he had.
Yeah, so yep, they just loaded in there. They should all be in order, from the top to the bottom, and just let me know when you guys got it.
I see it.
Okay, cool. Aaron, you got it?
I have the draft recap pulled up on my computer. Don't worry.
Oh, perfect. Okay, perfect. So
Yeah.
we're gonna go through this, guys. So obviously that first round, this one wasn't bad. So obviously Giannis went first. That's that was obvious from the jump. Then obviously you had your Luka, your Harden, your Steph Currys, your Dames, your Jokic's, your AD, your KD,
8.
Cat.
I messed up on that one. I was
So-
actually trying
Crazy.
I forgot all about him, bro.
So Tim picked Trey Young at number 11.
Solid.
it's a great pick.
Love Trey Young. He was an all-star starter last year, a great rookie, came out of Oklahoma and really just helped set the league on fire. I mean, obviously he just he breathed a lot of life into that Atlanta Hawks organization and is doing wonders for them, and they started out this season pretty well. But Trey Young's, obviously fell off since then. But let's look at some of these players here in the first round who were picked right after him. Obviously, you've got Devin Booker, of which, he started out struggling a little bit. I think he's coming on a bit now. Aaron, who's on the phone here with us, not the phone, but he's on the podcast here with us, he picked Andre Drummond, of which,
Breaking news.
breaking news,
New Pacers guard Karis LeVert will be out indefinitely after an MRI revealed a small mass on his left kidney.
whoa,
Wait, what?
Whoa.
Shams just tweeted that on Twitter.
A
A
mass?
small mass on his kidney?
Yeah. Oh God, bro.
Hey, Aaron, what is that?
That's a pretty broad differential. I'd have to see the ultrasound. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I ain't gonna pontificate on that right now. That could be anything.
So it could be
It could be benign. It could be
yeah. It could be good or okay, right. Wow. Well,
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Shouts out to
Hey,
Karis LeVert, man.
prayers
Big
up for him, for
prayers
real.
up for him. We love seeing him play. I know Sam does. That's a huge depletion to his just already depleted team. So hopefully, and that looks like that's going around a lot in our league at the moment. So hopefully he comes back better than ever and hopefully ready to help get that Pacers team into the playoffs. So
Yeah, big.
Yeah, that's
prayers up
crazy.
for him,
That's wild.
That's- yeah,
I wasn't
that's-
expecting
that's a
that.
little-
that's
a little
someone on
wild.
Sam Hood's team, I think. So,
yeah,
Yeah,
Sam
that's
Hood's
right.
team. Play. Shout out to Playboy Cardi Stands, man.
Hey, bro, yo, they really hurting, bro.
Yeah. I'm sure he's hurting right now, but
I can't be the only one that was excited to see LeVert take
oh,
off
for sure.
with his
God.
own
man,
team.
look,
Yo,
I
LeVert
want him to
played
be an all-star.
phenomenal.
I
He
want
played
him to be an
phenomenal
all-star.
last year when Kyrie was out, and then played phenomenal this year when Kyrie was still there. Like, you gotta love that dude, bro. He's a great player.
He's a hooper.
Yeah, a lot
True.
of respect for him and what he does as a basketball player for sure. Nonetheless, we're gonna try to move on from that. I thought we had a trade that was getting ready to happen, but thank goodness it's not. But prayers up for Karis LeVert
Man,
for sure.
Joel Embiid on the board. Tim,
And number 15.
Look, we got Andre Drummond, who was a great pickup. At least looking in hindsight now, although we were not to be honest, Aaron, we were very confused at first, but it's all I guess it's all in your grand design, I
4D
guess.
chess.
So,
And then Javon right after picked up Russell Westbrook, of which I was like,
to
Okay.
me,
See, I thought he was gonna take Bill.
very interesting.
yeah. See, Russ as a pick, it's a good pick, but the way that Russ is right now, especially being hurt for 3 weeks and so, it's not.
Right, and to not exactly provide a disclaimer, but just so that I can say this, all this is hindsight is 2020, so it's we're doing a recap, but it's like, man, I kind of wish we could have got that person or whatnot. So Joel Embiid was picked next. I mean, a great pickup to get towards the end of the first round. Obviously, Ben Simmons went right after him. Jason Tatum, Bradley Beal. Look, I was surprised Tim didn't try and grab Bradley Beal.
Swear.
I mean, this is the second year in a row that he's gone at the bottom of the first, beginning of the second. Like he's for some reason he's always been at that bottom, but he produces so well at such a high level when it comes to putting that ball in the basket. So very surprising, and would be curious to see if that is a continuing trend when it comes time for us to continue to draft.
Personally, for me, if I was Tim, I think Devin and I would have had to swap picks because the way JT played last year and the way he's playing this year, I think Jason Tatum would have been a better investment for him right now.
Yeah. Who do you guys think that Tim should have picked up in that? I mean,
In the first round,
because Trae Young, he is struggling.
It's-
Hopefully,
it's
he
like-
plays better. But
I would have taken Embiid.
I agree.
Embiid,
Embiid,
I would've
Tatum,
taken Embiid.
you just
maybe
got to deal with
Kawhi.
health. Health is the only thing.
And
Health is the
then you
only
see
thing
him
that
put up
hinders Embiid.
46 and 20. Like, so it.
Health is the only reason why Embiid isn't normally higher on this list.
I thought health was the reason KD fell to 8.
It is, and reason.
He fell to 8th because Steve Nash at the beginning of the season
get
or
out
in the
of here.
offseason had discussed the possibility of Kevin Durant sitting on back-to-backs,
if you
low
trip-
management.
He
So
did
I'm
say
like,
that.
personally, I
that's
wasn't
your
trying to
fault.
take that
Then.
chance. Listen,
Hey,
I
look,
gotta do it,
honestly,
so
I
I'm
mean,
cool.
Jake, you're not wrong. It is our fault for letting him fall that far. But I mean, let's be honest. Giannis, Luka, James Harden, Steph Curry, those, in my opinion, those first four are solidified. You got Nikola Jokic who's playing out of his mind. I can make an argument for Damian Lillard to have been picked before him. You could possibly say the same for AD. But at least 5 out of those first 7, I probably would have picked my own self in front of KD. Now, next year might be something different, but because he's playing so amazing right now, and it's good to see that silky smooth jump shot. But I gotta agree. Instead of picking Trae Young in the first round, I probably would have gone with an Embiid or a Tatum or Bradley Beal. Moving on to the second round, though.
Boy, oh boy.
And honestly, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and Aaron and Sterling and Keshawn and Jake. Feel free to mention small things about your team as we're going through this. But Seasway and I, shout out to Seasway, the Valley Boys, man. We went through this a little bit a few days ago, and I was just like, whoa, a lot of people went before a lot of people that probably shouldn't have, and I know I'm going to be guilty of that as we continue to go through with this, but nonetheless, we're going to get to that second round.
So we're still looking at Tim's pick?
Yeah, so Tim was that number 8 pick.
Beautiful pick.
In the second round. Bam Adebayo.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you look at everyone who went before Bam. For the most part, I agree. For the most part, with who went before him, Spicy P, who has played abysmal, but he's picking it up. Much like Devin Booker, he's starting to pick things up a bit. Kawhi Leonard,
shocked he's in the second round. But
health, man.
He's actually been playing this year, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He's actually been playing.
But who knows how long that's gonna hold up?
Right.
I mean, look, that it's just tough. That to me, that's all I can say is it's tough.
That's tough, bro.
But still a great second round pickup, especially so early.
Oh, for sure.
Zion, wow.
Yeah.
Look, I probably would not have picked him before Bam.
That early.
But he's playing really well right now, though, so I can't knock it now. Ja Morant, who, for those of you who don't know, if you're just not following basketball for some reason, Ja Morant had went down with a pretty bad, what I thought was a pretty bad ankle injury, but they were talking about he was questionable last night to come back and play. I'm like, whoa, that's fast. I was like, wow, he's coming back already. That was interesting.
I think that was a perfect round to get Ja.
Great round to get Ja.
Sam had the 4th pick, so I'll take it as he really wanted him that much.
Over Shy though.
I guess so. I mean, hey,
over Shy.
Listen, you talking to the guy who has Shy right now. So
Aaron, if you had that pick, are you picking Ja or Shy?
Ja.
Is it because of the defense?
I think it's because of the defense and the fact. I mean, you just look at we can look at the numbers right now. Before Ja got hurt, he was outperforming Shy, and I think I feel like that'll happen once he gets back into his groove. So
that'll be something.
I mean, barring that injury,
Yeah, for sure. That'll be something interesting to monitor. And then obviously you had Sabonis and Ingram, who.
Yeah,
I can't argue with that. So I think Bam was a great pick. Now, this is interesting because I'm just seeing this.
You got Paul George on the board. You got Zach LaVine. You got Kyrie Irving on the board.
Yeah. It's the bubble effect, man.
Hey,
I hear these guys in the bubble. Some of these guys played terrible in the bubble, and they fell.
I feel that. After the bubble, I was considering Bam in the second, if not the first round. So
that is so tough that he picked Paul. And to your point, the bubble effect, I'm sure. I mean, Levine didn't even see the bubble.
So
let and look at Vucevic, man. Yeah. Vucevic was at the end of the second round, averaging 90 points.
That is so crazy to me.
So can I ask this too? Because there's a name up there that I didn't normally expect to see within the second round. The number 16th pick in Drew Holiday in the second round.
Push.
What in the
push?
Hey, bro, come on. Come on, man.
Listen, man. I actually thought he was going to take Vuce in that pick.
See, that's what
He should have.
I'm looking for myself, bro, right now. I took DeAndre Ayton, but Rudy Gobert was still there.
Yeah, that
So
was
it's
crazy.
like,
That was crazy to
yeah,
me. Hey,
like-
look, sir, I appreciate you, bruh.
So here's another thing. If
I
we look
appreciate
at Sam Hood's picks real quick, he picked Dame in the first round at number 5, and he picked Kyrie at number 14. Had all this drama with Kyrie not been going on, yeah, he'd be a genius for those back-to-back picks because someone let Kyrie sit that long.
I mean, but we all knew Kyrie was gonna fall, right?
That's what I'm
that was
saying,
a
like,
big conversation.
Looking back, I'm like, why didn't I take him in the second round? I don't care if I got KD in the first. Like,
Oh, you would have. Whoa.
the way Kyrie has played thus far up until he just decided to stop, it's been his best basketball yet.
So
I feel like people didn't take Kyrie because of this exact thing, though, right? Like we knew he's
Yeah.
like
It was kind of
he's a loose
premeditated.
cannon,
like,
right?
predetermined.
I thought it was
like-
more y'all were worried about injuries.
I was more worried about the drama. When it comes to Kyrie, too much drama follows him, and his.
I feel like it's all of it, right? Like it's the injuries,
Yeah.
it's the drama, it's
Yeah,
all
it's
of that,
all of
right?
it.
You know?
Before this season, I wasn't so worried about his drama. It was
'cause you
maybe
had
an
KD.
well, no. I'm just talking Kyrie's history.
Oh, okay.
He had some road bumps in Boston, but that was about it. This year, it was he's coming out with Sage, and now he's just up and disappearing from the team. So this year, I feel like it was definitely kicked up a notch. But before that, I guess it was just the injuries I was worried about. But the way he played at the beginning of the season, he went way too late.
Anyone y'all see other
Very
than Drew
interesting.
Holiday who is a definite third round pick compared to a second rounder that you would change, or is everyone else still good for their position?
Well, I do want to say we're gonna transition over into the third round
Okay.
now, but I mean, let me ask this before we move on. Bam Adebayo in the second round, good pick, bad pick,
Great pick.
Great pick.
great pick.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
and
Okay,
would you
good.
For
And
him
would
to
you-
fall second to the second round, mid-second round, great pick.
and
Yeah,
if
I
you
think he should be later in the second round, but
Okay.
not a terrible pick.
okay, not a terrible pick to pick pretty much in the middle of the second round. Okay,
The Paul George right after doesn't make Bam going before
that-
look great.
that doesn't look attractive at all in my opinion. So,
That's
but
the only downside. But you can't predict it based on pandemic P's performance in the playoffs. That's what we.
facts. I gotta that yeah. Look, that was woo wee man. That's all I really can say about something like that.
I was a little surprised to see Zion go that high in the
That's
second.
because Cordell, bro. Cordell.
Oh, yeah,
loves
dunkers
his
only.
dunkers.
Like
He
slashes, bro.
loves dunkers. So
Pure
I,
slashes.
only.
because I had told I had told Ronjae. I said Cordell is drafting Zion in the second round, and I was right.
That's tough, bro.
For sure, very tough. And so now we're gonna move on to the third and fourth round, man. So, Tim picked Chris Middleton in the third round. This looks like going towards the middle bottom of the third round.
11th pick of the third
11th
round.
pick in the third round. Honestly, I'm
This
This
looks
is
pretty
pretty
fair.
good
yeah,
value.
I'm not mad at that. These are three
Yeah.
solid picks.
The only one that I can see below him that I would pick above or at that spot at 11 would be Chris Paul. who
Chris
went
Paul,
14th.
okay,
But other
Okay.
than that, that's a great pick.
that's a great pick. I mean,
Kyle Lowry lasted till the 18th pick of this round.
Yeah, that
I
is
mean,
surprising.
McCollum's averaging 93 points right now, and he got
Yeah.
picked the 15th pick in the second round. So,
Yeah, I'm looking at
not that I
I'm
don't think anyone
surprised.
had him. I don't think anyone had him valued that high, but I mean, he's still, yeah.
for sure. And I mean honestly, and I think I said this last night to someone. No one could have predicted what CJ McCollum was going to come out and do. That's just my opinion. I don't think I could have, because I think we've seen in the past that McCollum has been streaky, and I think maybe like Aaron, you can kind of speak to that because you've been around here since the first season. He was just very streaky, very up and down, but usually for the most part a very solid, stable contributor to a team. So I mean, look, I'm not taking Oubre for sure. I'm not maybe Van Vliet if I needed a shooting guard. I'm not taking Chris Paul. At the time, like I'm saying in hindsight, I wouldn't have taken McCollum, Clint Capella, Brogdon, or Kyle Lowry before Middleton. So for the middle bottom of the third round, 11th
an all-star.
11th pick, get an all-star.
All-star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Durant looks like one of the bigger fools in that third round, taking Whiteside over Middleton.
Boy, Lord, oh my God.
Whiteside isn't even getting on the court.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Goodness.
Come on, man.
Yo, when he did that, boy, wow.
Yeah,
I'm
bruh.
just surprised. That's all I can really say. And the fact that he let Chris Middleton fall right by him, wow. Wow is all.
Now this fourth round, hey Jake, you and I done hit our heads, bruh.
What you
Hey,
talking
me
about?
too.
Hey, bruh, look at 11, 12, and then you look at number 13.
Yeah, that's tough.
I mean,
Dang.
You couldn't predict it, but
Couldn't predict it. And I was hungry for a point guard.
Durant at number 9 took my pick because that's exactly when I was going to draft him in the fourth round.
so now let's move to that fourth round. So Vic, at the number 8th pick in the fourth round was Victor Oladipo. Woo, wow.
Look at number 9.
Oof.
Listen, man, look at 13.
Oh, hey,
9, 13, 15, 16, 17.
hey, hold on. Real quick, he got picked in the fourth round. I gotta play this.
My homeboy Tyler, he playing South Beach. He told me this summer he gon' fix my jumper. I told Boy Wonder that we might got a thumper. I've been trying to pop, now I'm on like Shumper.
Now, Javon.
That boy, Tyler Hero boy, he got picked before John Wall, Victor Oladipo, Christian Wood, Lonzo Ball, DeJounte Murray, Andrew Wiggins, Julius Randle, who's godly right now,
Listen,
Jonas
rookie mistake.
Valanciunas, Jeremy Grant, and Mitchell Robinson. Come on, bro.
Hey, bro, come on now,
man.
dog.
Javon.
Come on.
Listen, bro.
Come on,
Oh,
man.
man.
Listen,
Come on,
bro.
bro.
Listen, I love Tyler Hero, the player, bro. But
Come
we
on.
gotta be real. At
Come
the
on.
5th pick,
Rookie mistake.
at
Come
the
on,
5th
man.
pick,
Come on. You could have gotten
Fourth
a
round.
contributor.
the
Now
fifth
listen,
pick.
I had Tyler
I mean,
Hero last
Tyler
year.
Hero's averaging 62 points right now.
Look,
So,
he's
it's
good.
not-
Look, let me
Y'all-
disrespect, but Christian Wood is averaging 90 fantasy points right now. That's
Did
all
anyone
I'm
think
saying.
Christian Wood was going to do that again?
And I agree
I
with you.
knew-
I agree with you.
I
I agree
knew-
with you. Julius
Then
Randle
why did
though.
you take him? Then why
Because
did you take him?
look, Aaron.
Oh,
if
I
you see
couldn't.
what pick
I couldn't.
I'm at number 12 in the fourth round. Durant's at number 9. He was going to Christian Wood was going to be my pick that round. It was premeditated.
But look,
You
this doesn't.
should have taken him earlier.
But what do y'all think of Victor Oladipo?
It's a good pick.
Yeah, I think the only reason he
It's a solid
fell.
pick. I have no issues with any of his picks so far.
Yeah.
So at this point, he's got his forward in Chris Middleton, his small forward. He's got his shooting guard in Victor Oladipo. He's got Trey Young
Nice try.
in his point guard.
I easily had the worst pick in the fourth
I'm
round.
blanking on his second round pick.
Who was your pick in the fourth
Who'd you
round?
take?
You don't got the
took
slide?
Robert Covington.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
bro.
Oh, you took him. What the? So I panicked because I had Buddy Hield, MPJ, and Brogdon all set up in my queue, and they all left.
Ooh, they all went
And so-
early.
I started scrambling. I was like, well, fuck. Let me go ahead and get Rocco. Cause I was between Rocco and John Wall. I'm just like, I don't know if John Wall's gonna have a leg when he comes back. And so I was like, let me get Rocco. And that was a terrible decision.
Duran messed me
Yeah,
up.
it's tough.
Duran messed me up in this round because I was hell bent on getting Christian Wood in the fourth round. After that, I didn't know who to pick, and I was like, Andrew Wiggins was on my team last year, so we'll just rock with him.
I'm happy with LaMelo Ball. Shout out to him, man. My rookie of the year. You know, folks laugh live.
Hey,
We
you
went
you
live
reached
on
hella
that.
hard, man.
Look.
I'm telling you, man, you could have got him in the 6th round.
Look, I love LaMelo Ball, and honestly, I'm a stand by it. I like the pick, but Jeremy Grant, Valanciunas, I could have used them if I'm being honest. So.
Listen, man. Keshawn took Wiggins, who at the start was playing trash, and let me get Randall.
Listen,
Yeah,
so
bro.
you
let Julius Randle slip past you.
Yeah, I let Randall go because of the fact that I didn't know what the hell Randall was going to do. I projected mainly because of the fact that Wiggins was going to have the opportunity to play with Steph this year fully healthy, that Wiggins would see more of a benefit.
Okay, so what do you
That
guys?
is why I took Wiggins.
So to get back to Tim's
Yeah, I
squad,
fully expected
The regret
Randall
in
to
your
be
voice,
available
Keshawn.
in the 5th round.
yeah,
No,
you
bro,
got
listen,
pain
I saw
in your
that,
voice.
and I knew he was gonna be the number one option. I had to take that, bro. I'm like, I had to take that.
Bro, I did not know he was going to be the number 1 option with Toppin and
Thibodeau.
RJ Barrett there. I did not
Yeah.
know.
I
he
was like,
the
just
number
Yeah.
going
one
through
option.
Randall,
You
bro.
could
Just going through
personally,
Randall.
You
couldn't
could-
predict.
Yeah, you couldn't predict that, and he's one of those you just couldn't predict.
But
it.
you got to
It was him
remember,
last year.
we're in the 4th round at this point. Take what
Yeah.
you can get.
That's true, but I guess everyone's perceptions on what the best player is on for their particular teams
You
is
right.
obviously going to be really relative. So
Yeah.
You took
Um,
my
and
pick
then
before
obviously-
me in the 6th round.
I mean, obviously
We ain't get there
the hindsight is 2020. So
Yeah.
so far,
And you are still trying to fill out your starting 5.
for sure,
You know?
for sure.
Yeah.
And
I had
so
also just taken 2 centers, so it would have been kind of crazy.
Yeah,
for
you
me to
did.
take.
Yeah.
That's that 4D
you're
chess.
not you're not wrong, bro. But I mean, look, come on, Aaron, bro. You've gone with big lineups before, bro. Let's not
Oh, we
forget
gonna talk about
Jaren
this
You're right.
Jackson,
fifth round
Kevin
before we get to
Love,
the
Bam
sixth round,
Adebayo, Cat, Kevin Love. No, I remember that team vividly. You ran the league with a tall timber
Oh.
squad. So, I mean,
Man,
but
Jay.
all in all,
I ain't
to
gonna
get
lie,
back to
Jay.
Tim's squad, bro. All in all,
That
I
pick in
think
that
I
round.
really do think that
Oh yeah.
that
hey, bruh.
what's it called? You gonna let me talk, bruh? I mean, I'm trying to say something. This man is like, hey, yo, bruh, you gotta get
Hey,
one,
bro,
bruh.
come on now, dog. Come on, man.
But no, it's all good. All in all, this is a solid team that Tim has picked up. Obviously, you can't really predict anything in the future when you're drafting. So, all that being said, we're gonna push on to the 5th round here. With the 11th pick, back at the 11th pick for him, he picked up LaMarcus Aldridge.
That's tough, bro.
Based on what he's done in the past couple years, I couldn't have predicted him kind of regressing how he is really regressed. And I mean, looking at the types of players who went
Look at the 2 right after LaMarcus Aldridge. Blake Griffin, Aaron Gordon play the same position, and I'm sure they're doing better.
Shoot, look at the pick before him.
I mean, Aaron, and I wanna hear your opinion, man. If you had the choice, would you have picked Aaron Gordon or LaMarcus Aldridge at Tim's pick? If you would have had his pick,
If I would have had his pick, I would not have picked LaMarcus Aldridge. I probably would have picked Blake.
okay,
Really?
okay. If you had one of
Yeah.
those 3, that's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
just for like upside reasons, I think Blake's still like if Blake is healthy, Blake is great. It's just
Yeah,
whether or not he's
especially
gonna be
in the
healthy. And the
fifth
5th round, you're looking
Yeah.
for upside, right?
Yeah, and I mean, looking at those other players right after, I mean, Serge Ibaka, solid, very solid player. Jay Crowder, he went in the 5th round. Wow, Jay Crowder, that's kind of early.
I don't know what Sam was doing, dog.
Listen, man,
Yeah.
Draymond Green went number 1.
Auto pick.
This-
That's all I gotta
Hey,
say.
Still, bro.
It's
shout out to what you would call it, Devin for getting Kobe White. That's what we
Kobe
really
White
should've picked.
stole him in the 5th round, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, look, I'm surprised he fell that far because a lot of high end, like in my opinion, he's a mid-level high end guard. In my opinion, for what the Bulls need. And maybe
Well,
Sterling can
that-
back me up on that.
Yeah, he definitely a bucket.
So, and he's playing great right now. Like, shout out to Devin's team and how he drafted. I can never really predict how good or bad a rookie is going to do, but he's crafted a heck of a team, and it showed because I felt the force of his team last week. So, yeah, shouts out to him for that. But, again, most people are still trying to fill out their rosters in round 5. So, LaMarcus Aldridge, not a bad pick. Some picks I would have had before him. But moving to the 6th round, Devontae Graham, he picked, with number 8, the number 8 pick in the 6th round. Devontae Graham.
Yeah, maybe not.
I'm seeing James Wiseman. I'm seeing. I don't know.
It's not a bad pick.
No, it's not
I
horrible.
think
Yeah,
it's
it's
Depending on
not
the round, it's not horrible.
yeah.
It's just
Sir-
Hey,
interesting.
Sterl, would you
who's
have taken
picked
Derrick
after him.
Rose?
It's not a terrible pick.
You said what?
Sterl, if you were at that
It's
pick,
not
would you
terrible.
take Derrick Rose?
Well, I'll take Derrick Rose. No.
Oh, whoa.
Okay.
And I'm
No, you wouldn't.
I'm a
Okay.
diehard Rose fan. I would not
Shocked,
take Derrick
right?
Rose. Because honestly, I'm thinking he's going to get traded. I still think he's going to get traded at some point in this season.
I'm gonna be honest. A lot of these players who were picked after Devontae Graham, a lot of them have been dealing with some form of injury. Al
Yeah.
Horford rests, Marvin Bagley, Spencer Dinwiddie, Evan Fournier, Josh Richardson, DeLon Wright. Was he dealing with something?
No,
No?
I've been playing actually.
Okay,
He
okay.
just is in and out of the starting lineup.
Okay,
That's the
not him, not Brandon Clark,
just not
not
playing
James
well.
Wiseman, and not Melo.
thing. He
So,
playing solid now that he's the starter.
so literally,
Yeah,
like the
averaging like
last
38.
five.
Hey, don't do that.
I mean, honestly, personally, I probably
This is
would have
another-
picked Brandon Clark before I picked Devontae Graham. I'm pretty
Based
sure.
off the season that Devontae Graham had last year, and based off the season that Brandon Clark had last year, I think all of us will pick Devontae Graham.
Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I'm thinking hypothetically, I don't know if the 6th round is the round I would have been interested in picking up another guard in.
I mean,
I mean,
Devontae
yeah,
Graham
because
is
you
okay
love
for
shot tricking guards, so you have a bunch of them already. I don't think Tim did. I think he only had like Trae Young.
Yeah. I mean, Graham not playing horrible.
He's not playing
Yeah.
horribly.
It's
no,
just like he's the third
He's
guard.
outscoring-
He's now the
He's
third guard.
outscoring everybody else that's picked behind him except for Brandon Clark.
Right.
again, a solid pickup, and I guess as far as I'm concerned, with the 6th round going into. So, look, like I said, and I'm saying all this to say, I think he had a pretty solid draft. Like, I think this is about as solid as you could probably get it. Probably outside of Devin, who's only made one trade.
Right.
For his slot in the draft, considering
Yeah.
yeah.
Considering his slot in the draft, I mean,
Yeah, he
I'm
made
just, I'm
I
like,
mean, granted,
whoa.
he traded it all away. So
I'm keeping track of the entire roster. right now.
Unfortunately, yes. So we're gonna move on to the 7th and 8th round here, with the 11th pick. Tim, or for those of you who don't know, Tim's squad is the spicy plus ice emojis, Trey times 2 cool crew squad. So that's the team that we're currently analyzing along with some other squads. Tim chose Jarrett Allen with the number 11 pick in the 7th round.
I ain't
Wow.
mad. I ain't mad about that at all.
Wow.
That's
Hey,
solid.
look, I love that pick. Regardless if Jarrett Allen would have been moved or not, he was the big man for the Nets as far as I'm concerned. No disrespect to DeAndre Jordan, but
I
you know
hear
they were probably splitting minutes.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I would
were.
assume they were okay.
But the thing
Mhm.
is, in round 7, the person who got the steal of that round actually picked at number 18. Everybody let
Terry Rozier,
Rozier
the
go.
last
Now,
pick.
granted,
Of the
Wow.
7.
Numbers 1 and 18 picked the best in that round because Mike Conley is playing phenomenal.
He is playing phenomenally right now. I would be curious to know what the change was between his meager year last year and what's happened this year, because he's playing amazing right now. So shout out to Tucker, who actually, in my opinion, he has a really good squad this year. Like I looked and I was like, yo, his team is actually putting on. So
Let's not forget about Harrison Barnes, who's been
was
having a pretty.
Barnes is having a good year. And I want to look
Wow.
at number
Yes.
16 with Mason Plumlee too. Plumlee's actually fantasy production wise, Cordell is getting a good benefit out of Plumlee.
The Seasway pick, the elites are right before Barnes.
oh, you mean Bajelica?
That's crazy.
Angelica?
That's real crazy.
Yeah,
Right
that is
before
crazy.
Barnes.
That is instead of Harrison Barnes, Seth Curry
Yeah,
has
so-
actually.
blah, 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 blah.
He said Naman Damja blah 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 blah. Yeah. Seth Curry has actually been playing well. That's a steal in the 7th round as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the best players in the draft. In terms of like role players actually putting together valuable points and minutes. Especially for Sam's team. So big ups to him. I think he tested positive for the panoramic last week. So, big ups and prayers to him, and can't wait to see him back out there with my Sixers. Anthony Edwards, the first overall pick of this year's draft. I mean,
You can't go wrong with it.
You know,
in round 7.
can't go wrong with that. Very interesting pick for Devin. Look, Jared Allen, solid pick. I love that.
My attention is being drawn to the 8th round.
To the 8th round. Oh yes, let's get to it,
That
man.
number 1 pick, boy.
Boy, Kendrick Nunn, number 8 pick in the 8th round, bro.
This is where it
Let me-
all fell apart.
Let me hear this from you guys. You guys. Aaron, let me. What's your opinion, man? Let's talk a little bit.
Okay. Once again, this shows who actually watches the NBA. Kendrick Nunn has not played significant minutes for the Miami Heat since I think maybe like before January. I don't think since like January he has not played significant minutes for the Miami Heat. Why you take him in the 8th round when people like dog OG Anunoby's still available. Joe Harris is still available. Tyrese Halliburton's still available.
Mikal
Bridges available.
Yeah,
People who just play way better.
Yeah.
Who actually get regular rotational minutes.
yeah. And honestly, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. That Kelly Oubre trade was made before we did our draft, correct?
To the Warriors.
To the Warriors?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
So, but honestly, to Aaron's point, if you would have watched basketball and would have known that Kelly Oubre did not play in the bubble and that Mikal Bridges stepped up in that small forward starting position and played, you would have known that Mikal Bridges was going to be a solid pick. And the fact that he fell so low